Welcome friends in science lecture 8 lesson 12 electricity. In this particular lecture today we are going to start with the topic of disadvantages of series circuit. Now in disadvantages of series circuit, if there is a break in the series wire, you may see the bulb diagram, and when the circuit is on you are seeing that there is a cutoff in the circuit, and when there is a cutoff in the circuit the entire circuit breaks down. That means the next bulb and the same bulb is also not going to get lighten up. The reason behind that the current is not capable of flowing through it. So removal of break in the wire, whether it is a bulb which has gone faulty, that is a lamp has got faulty, or a single lamp has been removed from the series circuit, any of this case the entire circuit is going to get closed down, that is, it is not going to work because it is in the single path. The second is that if more lamps are added in the circuit, then there will be the reduce in the voltage because the voltage is divided in all. So the brightness of the bulb is going to go on reducing and reducing only. So if the large series connections are kept, that means the bulbs are not going to light properly. That means overall resistance is going to increase, that is an equivalent resistance. EQ will be equals to R1, R2, R3 and R4, which is going to have a more resistance load on the circuit. High voltage, high supply of voltage is needed for if we need more bulbs to be there. That means if the load of the circuit is high, then if we are putting everything in the series connection like light bulbs, electric geysers, washing machines, air conditioners, etc. into the series. Now if we have taken an example here, that if the 5 bulbs are there, these 5 things of 220 volt lamps are being kept, then connected in series, that means 5 multiplied by 220 volts is equals to 1.1 kilovolts, that is 1100 kilovolts, that means 1100 voltage is required to light up that much amount of bulbs, which is not possible. So the parallel connection is a more better option in comparison with respect to series connection, because in overall resistance also decreases compared to the series connection, and this is not dividing because the voltage remains constant in all of them. So voltage is much better compared to that in the domestic circuit regarding series connection. The next topic is heating effect of electric current. Now what is an heating effect of electric current is when the current is supplied in the circuit, that is purely resistive conductors, that means maybe bulb, whatever it is, it may be geyser, bulb, tube lights, fine, whatever the amount of bulbs that you are keeping, which televisions, these are all called as an resistors. So these particular resistors or a conductors, the energy of an electrical current is dissipated because it goes on working and working. So the heat is produced inside the resistor, and this heating of a resistor because of the dissipation of the electrical energy in the form of an heat energy is commonly called as an heating effect of an electric current. Commonly we see in an house the heating effect of an electric current we see in the fans, especially we have a long summer season. So we see that the fan is going on and on and on continuously, and we find this amount of fan going on working makes lot of amount of heating of the fan. If you will touch the fan in the morning, if it has worked to the complete night, then you will find that the fan has got very hot and it is dissipating very high amount of heat energy. Fine. Calculations regarding it is work done is equals to, we have learned before, work done is equals to potential energy multiplied by the total charges. So the formula W is equals to V into Q. The second formula you know of the electric current, I is equals to Q by T, where Q is equals to IT, right, and work done is equals to the amount of heat energy that we have learned in through the definition. So keeping all the three equations, keeping W H instead of W and instead of Q IT, we get an equation as H is equals to V IT. So here this is an equation, H is equals to V IT, this is an equation, H is equals to V IT, keeping all the three. So keeping the value of I, that is I into R, we get I is equals to H is equals to I square RT, that is another expression. This expression H is equals to I square RT or H is equals to VIT is known as an Joule's law of heating. This expression is known as an Joule's law of heating, which states that A resistor is directly proportional to the amount of heat. That is higher the resistance, more amount of heat. The same way, the higher the current, the more amount of heat, that is in terms of an I square of the current, and the more amount of time it works, then also it is more amount of heat is dissipated. So, these are all things which increases the heat. Square of the current directly proportional to resistance also, and time period. Fine. The next topic is electrical power, that is rate of doing work. How much doing work is there, that the fan is working, but how long it is working, how fast it is working per second of time, we say that much amount of power consumption is there. Fine, that much amount of energy consumption with respect to time. The rate word states about with respect to time. So, P is equals to H by T, and dividing all these two equations, VI into T divided by T, to T and T gets cancelled. So, P turns out to be P as an IV, and I square R and V square by R. According to Ohm's law, we can place all the three equations and take out these three equations as this power equations. So, the unit of power is watt. The power of equation is represented as watt, as in capital W. So, 1 watt is equals to 1 voltage multiplied by 1 ampere, because V into I is voltage and I is in current. So, 1 ampere current is known as. Commercially, we measure everything in kilo voltage. So, kilo voltage and how much time we are consuming, that is about multiple of an hour. So, commercial unit 1 kilowatt is 1 kilo means 1000 voltage, and 1 hour is 3600 seconds. So, 1 kilowatt is 1000 watt multiplied by 3600 of second, and the same way it turns out to be 10⁶ multiplying it commercially as an known as an 1 unit. So, this is nothing but 1 unit, right. So, 1 kilowatt if you go on using for 1 hour, that consumption is known as an 1 unit. So, that much amount of heat is consumed by your applications. So, you have to pay the 1 unit whatever the charges, maybe 4, 5, whatever the amount of rupees it is taken by the company, you need to pay for that. So, this is how the consumption. Suppose if they say that you have consumed this much amount of bill, so you can multiply and see how much amount of units you have burned, or you can find out how much amount of consumption is there inside your house also in terms of heat energy, fine, or in terms of power. Now, we will next move to the practical application. Now, practical applications is when electrical energy is supplied to an electrical bulb, the filaments get heated. Energy is supplied to an electrical bulb, the filaments get heated, because of which the light is emitted. So, the heat energy that is working here, that is the bulb filament is getting heated because it is made up of a strong higher melting point substance, hard melting point substance like tungsten. Tungsten, actually it is not pure tungsten, tungsten with carbon. Tungsten formula is W only, symbol is W in chemical symbol, and added with carbon turns out to be Wc. Here they have given it tungsten. Tungsten melting point is 3380 degrees Celsius, which is very high. So, we use this melting point and allow it to go on heating, passing the electrical current, and the bulbs get heated, but the gases are filled like nitrogen and argon, so that it does not burns out in the presence of oxygen. So, oxygen is never filled inside the bulbs. That is why when the bulbs are broken, you light up the filament is okay also, but it burns in few seconds of time, fine. So, this is how the bulbs is useful. So, heating energy concept, that is an heating of an filament we are using to convert into the form of an light energy. The next is the strong metal, the next is the causing effects of different applications, that is electrical current is generated, heat to overcome the resistance offered by the conducting through by which it passes. The higher the resistance, the electrical current will generate the higher amount of it. That means, what it means to say that as much is the higher the resistance, the more amount of heat is dissipated, and we use the heat for different applications. To generate the heat, electrical current is used by passing through a conductor in an unavoidable consequences. The heating effect is used in many applications such as an electrical iron, electrical heater, geysers, and all. You may see the electric cooking appliances also, ovens and all, but ovens, if it is microwave, it does not works with that particular phenomena. It produces microwaves, that is a different concept. Now electrical iron, which is there, which is used as an heating, so we press up the clothes by the material which it gets heated upon. Electrical heater also, to heat the things around we are using it, and electrical coil, which is used for many different purposes, maybe in the geyser, maybe for cooking purposes, we are allowing this coil to get heated. Fine. So fine, the next is the protection of the circuit. The protection of the circuit and applications by unduly high electrical current is done by the fuse. That means fuse is basically a soldier which does not allow the high amount of current to flow, it melts down. The soldier is the weakest point, I would say, in the entire circuit, where whenever the heat is dissipated, it does not withstand that much amount of heat and melts down easily. So the circuit is broken and no amount of current is passed. So we can save the instrument from getting damage. Fine. So or maybe short circuits. So fuse are made up of tin and lead as a mixture, that is called as an alloy, and so that it reduces the melting point very low compared to the copper wires, maybe aluminum wires also. And it is encased in the cartilage, as you are able to see in the diagram, the cartilage is there, and this particular cartilage is made up of porcelain material. So this particular is a cartilage which is made of the porcelain material. This is a fuse. So here this is a fuse which is getting tied up here, and this is an automobile's fuse where the wire is there inside, which is fixed inside this kind of an portion in between. This is another automobile's fuse, an electrical fuse which are used in different applications. Their domestic use fuse are of 1, 2, 3, 5 and 10 amperes generally available. How we calculate, like 1 kilowatt, if any, like iron is 1000 watt, so 1000 watt iron is there, we are using to operate it for 220 volts which are coming at our house. So 1000 divided by 220 will be equals to 4.54. So this 4.54, right, this 4.54 shows that this much amount of ampere is formed. That means this much ampere is consumed by an electrical iron. So 4.54, so we need to keep 5 ampere fuse, because more than 5 ampere it will not allow it, because it will damage the iron. So no need for damaging the iron, so it will melt down and we can reapply the another fuse if the fluctuation is there inside it. Fine. So we have learned about the fuse also. We will keep up till here, and I hope so you must have understood the chapter is almost finished as a concept. So thank you for this particular.